All right, everybody, what's up? Jake from Tech Packs Are Due. Let's start it. First post ever. We're gonna break down a pretty awesome shoe. I know that everyone's been seeing online on the gram, whatever you go to get your shoe news. The Brooks Hyperion Max 2. Yeah, I will say, having been on the first Hyperion Max, I designed that shoe. Alongside a really awesome designer as well. Knowing how hard it was to get that shoe to life, this one is standing on the shoulders and then leaping straight off. I mean, not even, not even anywhere in the ballpark of the first one. Super cool. So let's break it down from the design. Again, I'm not going to talk about function. I'm not going to talk about whether or not this is your good marathon trainer or whatever. Let Believe in the Run take care of all that stuff for you. I am not. Shout out Believe in the Run. They love my Ghost Max. So that feels good for me anyway. So I like those guys. I know some people have a love-hate relationship with them, but I like them. Just give your honest truth and throw it out there in the world and see what people think. All right, so I want to break this shoe down in terms of a 10-foot, 1 foot, 1 inch read. We talk about that a lot. How you see it on the shelf when you first come into a store, when you pick it up, and then when you get into you get your microscope out and you're just checking out, knit structure, which I know no one does but me and material designers. So let's do a 10 foot. I'm going to back up a little bit, bring it out here. That's on the shelf. Sorry, that's on the shelf. What are you noticing? For me, the first thing that stands out, I think, and for a lot of people, would probably be the logo, which is good. I think Brooks needs brand recognition, more than most brands, unless you're a startup. I think Brooks needs that recognition. So that popping off the shoe is a big deal. You have this pale kind of upper and you have this bright logo. I think the next thing you pick up, kind of moving on, is the top line, because it's just so... it's good. I'm not sure how well it flows with the design necessarily. The textile kind of picks up off of these little things, but I'm not sure the angle at which they're going. I think I would like them to kind of maybe cut back or maybe go a little. So, but anyway, that's kind of, picking at it. I think it looks better on the medial side, but you kind of want it to look a little structured on the medial side. But, from a standout perspective, when you're getting a lateral side on the wall, this is what you want. So getting into the part where I geek out, the 1 foot, 1 inch kind of range is all the detail, the juicy bits on this thing. The sidewall detail is, it's good. Dare I say incredible. I think you can feel the hand of a 3D designer if you know for sure that no designer's tech packing these little nibs. That would be a nightmare. I think you could probably Photoshop a texture on and say, hey, this is what I want it to look like. But I think when you get into it, it would not be the funnest. But I love all of the light that it picks up. It's beautiful. It looks like it's forged. It looks like it's cut, by a machine. Really cool aesthetic. I like it. Don't want to spend too much time on it. Other than it is also on the bottom in the gap. My goodness. Super cool. So kind of getting into some of the other bits. Let's talk about the upper. Again, another 1 inch detail that I really like is all these different hole sizes. They look really they look like vents, car vents. You know, it really has this kind of automotive feel to it, with the different hole sizes. This little texture that kind of carries you to the other textures. You're getting your pole yarns as well, these tie yarns to the surface for a second color. I will be honest, having designed a lot of textiles, like this one seems to kind of get muddy in the middle, but I don't hate it, so that's great. I don't think there's anything to hate on this shoe, but just kind of muddying up the textures. I think I would have like maybe taken it out. I don't even know if I would have done that. But you know, you can kind of see this little circular thing. I'm not sure it goes like 100% with the things, but maybe like if it's like one big fin, going with the other little fins. Anyway, super cool. I mean, you put this in Tech Pack and you've got your work cut out for you already. Getting that to look right. Specking the whole textures on the textile. No small feat for sure. And having watched part of this shoe be designed, I know that it was not easy. Another thing I really like is how nicely the textile lines up with this little overlay here, which I think is really nice. Yeah, super cool. This like kind of microfibery, fakey suede overlay piece. Just nice. I love how it just frames it all up. Looks like a nice heel. It's clean. Real clean. Coming down to the bottom, I also love the geometric little cuts and all those things that's going on. I love the dual textures as well. You get into the RP and the 1 inch realm, and you really see that there's like 2 different release paper textures in there. Someone really getting in there in Asia, like pushing those textures down into the grooves. And then you have like a nice sandblast on. It's really grippy, like when I pull my hands on it, which is kind of nice. You know, breaking down these lines, you just see so many little parallelogram things. I don't know if they're parallelograms, honestly. I didn't do well in math. I lie. I did okay. It was either this or engineering, right? And I chose this, so loving this podcast already. Too many confessionals. Yeah, so really cool. You got your little Majin kind of going on at the top for all you DBZ guys out there. But like really nice where you're hitting some of these weight savings where you're just like popping little holes out. You're kind of just puncturing them. So that's pretty nice. I just like how the angles, they line up, but then they also kind of don't. You can see it's being parallel with the bottom, but then the top's kind of going on its own little angle. Really cool. They kind of look like X-Acto blades, which is good. I mean, you're cutting, you're going fast. I love this color too. Whatever this color is, I think I know what it is, but I am not sure if I'm going to say. I just know it's coral. It feels coral, feels like that. And yeah, I also like how the rubber breaks. You have these little breaks also. I know that helps flexibility. Not sure how much. Not here to talk about that. But if you're talking about flex, you don't want to see this band like running the whole like length. You're not going to think that it breaks at all. It has this plate in it, so it's not really breaking anyway. So, but you know, probably helps grip a little bit if you look at tires and traction patterns. I'm sure it helps. To break the rubber a little bit, allow it to do its thing. You know, questionable on the no texture bottom, but I do like the beading that runs around the rubber. You know, it still looks fast. The whole thing looks like, you know, like a jet engine, man. It just looks like you're going so fast, like pieces and parts are flying off. Which I think it's nice. Other things to break down. There's like little Easter eggs. You got the little mini logo on the plate in there. I definitely like how this paint executes. the banner logo. We didn't talk about that yet. Clearly done with vector raster or phantasm. And I think I know which, but I'm going to just ballpark and say vector raster, which is basically a halftone program. So, yeah, you put this logo in, and then you just have all these levers. You can start pushing and pulling to make a halftone out of a graphic. And you can get it real tight. You can get it real small. And that's what's happening here. You're getting a nice little dot graphic coming through. And it's nice. I mean, it looks blurred, which is nice because, I mean, that's the whole point of a speed shoe, right? You want to be blurry. You want to be the blur or whatever. So it kind of works out nice. And I think it's just like a print. Yeah. Just a print on a clear base. But it's cool, man. And it's so hyper detailed. I mean, there's even little tall, really, 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 really tiny little ellipses in there. Making up the halftone graphic, but really cool. And you just, stuff like this is nice. And it doesn't take like all day. You put the Brooks logo into the graphic or into the vector raster, and you just kind of do some sliders and you get it. Not rocket science, but it adds like another touch. Love it or hate it. Like, some people aren't going to like turning a shoe over, seeing a big old giant Brooks, but it's fun. Why not? The other thing that's super cool is even the tongue is engineered. You get in this knit tongue with these holes in it. I'm not sure if you're ever gonna, open it that much when you put your foot on it to get the breathability, but it's there. It's cool. So I know you go into Tech Pack and you're definitely speccing these textures. You're speccing these holes, the mini holes, and then the big holes. You have to go in there and say like the millimeter in length that you want this stuff to be. So it's all ends up being a nice touch. Again, it's a lot of work. I'm not like I don't know if anyone's saying it's not, but it's not easy to just go in and say, this is how I want it to look, get it all engineered, get it developed right, and then have it on a shoe. Last thing I want to talk about, maybe the last thing, I don't know. I feel like I'm going really fast on my first shoe review. But, I'm geeking out here. I just really like the shoe. I love it. I don't even know if I want to wear it because I like how pretty shoes are before dirt touches them and mangles them up. I mean, look at this, like this glory shot. It's just too nice. It's a lot of money. So yeah, the Iro getting on track, I would say. Get back in there. Just a nice rolled collar. It's not your traditional rolled collar. It makes a nice little line. And the reinforcement kind of wraps in there a little bit. Really smooth on the reinforcement. It's actually a nice touch. Like, it's just got no texture, and it's smooth. Yeah, I like it a lot. A lot of good textures on this shoe, I'd say. Like, the upper has a nice hand. That's another nice technical term for your material designers out there. Does your material have a nice hand? You'll hear that a lot. And if it doesn't, why not? And how can we get it to be nice? Another thing that I found interesting is there's structure built into this knit, and it's hard to tell when you get in there, but you can kind of see that these are darker. If I turn the shoe on the inside here, you kind of get a little peekaboo. You can see the structure of the knit, making kind of like a cage, which is, I don't know if everyone would catch on to that, but it's details like that make shoes just awesome. That you can, get that granular with a shoe like this, in these days is awesome. Yeah. So, if you're looking to run, and you're looking to look good, I think I'm going to give this a solid A in terms of shoe design. Amazing. I know the designer, he wants to credit me with some of the design, but I am decrediting myself. I do not credit myself with having done anything here. I added a couple sketches on the very, very early on stages of this shoe, and I do not think it was consequential in the least bit. But, whatever. He can say whatever he wants to say, but he works really hard on this shoe, and he deserves a lot of praise. So yeah, that's the Hyperion. If you are looking to train for your marathon or looking to walk around in some high-tech stuff, and you got $180 or so to spare, I don't know if it's 180, might be 200 upwards, go ahead and get a pair. I will not link it in the description, I tell you that much. But because I'm not the one going to go around telling people to buy a shoe, but hey, design wise, pretty stand up, if I do say so myself. But yeah, that's it. That's a shoe review. That's the first one down. Was it good? Was it not? I don't know. I'm not going to read the comments. Maybe I'll read the comments. I don't know yet. But what you can know is that I love talking about shoes. I will continue talking about shoes. You can bet your life there's going to be another bunch of podcasts about basketball shoes, running shoes, lifestyle, casual, whatever it is. I'm going to break it down. Okay, that's one in the books. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. If you are listening, if you're still here at this point, thanks for still being here. I don't even know if I would be in this world of entertainment that we have. But if you want to talk shoes, come be here with me. I'll talk shoes with you all day long. Anyway, that's Tech Packs Are Due. Tech Packs Are Due. Tech Pack Pod, TPD. We'll see what sticks. Thanks for coming. We will see you next time. See you. Bye.